Hi, this is the Bible Ranger with a new topic here, Health and Wellness, Part 7, Episode 16, Preparing for End Times, and the topic is Himalayan Salt and MSM benefits. I'm not a doctor. This is for educational purposes only. This is what works for me, and I encourage you to do your own research. All right, table salt. Now, table salt sometimes is called iodized salt, and that's that white one you normally see when you buy it in the store. That's the one basically when it is getting commercialized, manufactured. They have huge batches of lakes that the seawater goes in there, and it takes about a year or so to actually dry up and evaporate. And they have this raw substance of the salt, and they take it out, they wash it, and it takes away more of the minerals. And they stack it up in these huge pyramid-looking stacks of salt, which you've seen when you're driving through the highway sometimes. And that, through time of that year, it washes even more of the minerals away. And then when they're ready to process it after that year, they wash it again, they clean and dry it. Now let me interpret that, clean and dry it. Dry means they bake it at 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, and they bleach it, which is the cleaning. And they enrich it with cheap iodine. Now, they also have, it's not pure salt. They have this anti-caking ingredients. And some people say that the salt, I've heard this doctor say that salt is 1/3 salt, 1/3 sand, and 1/3 glass. So some people disagree with that. And they said it does have anti-caking properties, which it does. And that's the glass and that's the sand. However, if it does have that, which seems to be true, what happens is when it goes through your veins and arteries, here, your vessels, on the top picture here, your body protects itself with something called cholesterol. And cholesterol is kind of a band-aid of these little microscopic cuts it does into your arteries and veins. And as it's protecting itself, it doesn't know when to stop, because the damage is continuous when you keep taking salt in. And you can have a rupture right here, which is like a blood clot. It blocks. There's nothing here. It blocks all the blood from going through, or just a regular blockage. And if these veins and arteries are around your heart, you'll end up with a heart attack. Now, in my body, I just wouldn't use this type of salt. It's just trouble, basically. However, you need salt to produce stomach acid, sodium chloride, okay? I don't want to go through all those details of it. But I would use something called Himalayan salt. Now, sea salt is good also, but I'm going to show you the advantages of Himalayan salt. Now, Himalayan salt is mined from the mountains of Pakistan, which is to the left of India, to the right of Iran, and to the south of Afghanistan. Now, it has 84 minerals, and ionic energy is released when mixed with water, which we'll explain that in a little second. Also, it returns the body to a natural frequency pattern for 24 hours. Like, now, Ranger, what are you talking about? You sound kind of, look, I'll explain this frequency stuff. I'm not doing any New Age stuff. I don't believe in that. Now, don't get thrown off what I just said. Like I said, I'll explain in a second. But the body is electrical, and it has frequencies. And if you're interested, what our frequency is, somewhere between 62 and 72 hertz. Some people say 62 to 68. And these are the caverns in which they take them out. And as you can see, he has huge chunks over here, this man here. All right, Himalayan salt again. They come in various sizes. From big pieces are made into lamps, like you see here, which we have one of those. And they're supposed to clean the air, ionize the air, and keep help you from allergies. I don't know. Also, they're limited only to the imagination and the money. I mean, look at this setup over here. They have beds. They have tiles of Himalayan salt. They have lights underneath them. That looks pretty expensive. I don't know what that costs. I'm sure it's some kind of health treatment. It looks pretty expensive. And as you can see on the next picture here, they come from very fine, slightly more coarse. These you put into your salt and shaker grinders. And then these were used for other municipal purposes like baths and other things I'm going to talk about in a second. Now, these frequencies, you'll be surprised, everything has frequencies, okay? Even what I understand, even rocks have frequencies. But Our frequency as humans is way down here somewhere. And then you have very low frequencies. You have things that radios and televisions used to work of, which was in the lower bands over here. And then radios, when you used to hear that sound, that on radios, that's what you would hear in the change of frequencies. And then you get to the point where you're now into the cell phones, and then into microwaves, and then into satellites, pickups, and remote controls would be infrared. You don't see it. That's how you control your remote control on your television. And then you have a light spectrum, which is here, which is all the colors you see. And then you have the light bulbs. That's another frequency. Ultraviolets, which you can do for tanning beds. And X-rays is more frequency. And the higher frequency you go, it gets tighter, as you can see. And it gets to a point where they're dangerous to you. Gamma radiation. All right. So that's what the frequencies basically are. And certain frequencies the body has, which is a normal thing. And that's a whole video in itself. All right, so more benefits of Himalayan salt. So, like it says, it contains 80 plus minerals. And of course, you'll hear things as you're studying yourself that this has never been proven. Yeah, you know who's talking about? These large companies, of course, are not going to do the studies because it goes against their medicine and drugs because you're mineralizing the body. So, of course, they're not going to have a study. So, if you want to study, you're going to have to pay for it yourself and not get paid back. So, it balances the electrolytes in your body. It stabilizes your pH, and we had a whole video on that. It regulates your blood sugar, another thing to help people with diabetes. Anti-aging because it hydrates your body. It boosts your energy, which is right here. It promotes absorption of minerals, of nutrients, vascular health, and bones. It helps you sleep more, supports libido. That should be, this was not done by a man, you can tell. That would be like #1 or something. It promotes kidney and bladder health, increases hydration, like I said, and it aids in metabolism. And there's a lot more, but I don't want to keep going. You can do this yourself. Now, there's something called Himalayan Salt Soleil. And basically, this soleil, it means like liquid sunlight. And when the water is fully saturated with unrefined salt, which is what this is, and basically this is what you do. You take these huge rocks of Himalayan salt. You take a glass of water, regular glass of water, as you can see, and well, before then, you take those rocks here and you put them in a glass, and you fill it up with water, and you let it saturate for 24 hours right here. And basically, the water gets saturated to the point where it will no longer take in more salt. And you don't drink that by itself. That's too heavy of a dose. You take a spoon, teaspoon of this, not metal. Get a plastic one or a wooden one, okay? They show a metal one there, don't listen to them. And you put it into a glass of regular water. And then you drink that. And they only want you to do that once a day, okay? But that is another treatment, and it's called, it's called Salt Soleil. It does a lot of good stuff. It normalizes, like I said, the blood pressure also. If you have high blood pressure, it should help. And you should see results within 10 days. And within 30 days for sure, up to 3 months. But most people start seeing something after 10 days. So if it's not working for you and you've done it for 3 months, try something else. But please monitor your symptoms, okay? And it helps with other things. All right, let's go to the next one. More salt information. This is more of a detail here, how to do it, okay? I'm sure there's a couple of different ways to do it. If you happen to have not the rocks, but the fined one, you put the salt in there, put extra amount of salt. If you notice that the glass has consumed all the salt, you didn't put enough in there. Don't forget, when you cover that, you cover it with a wooden jar, not a metal jar, not like a mason jar that has metal, because anybody knows that you have salt-ridden. They put salt on your snow and you're driving around in your car, it messes up the bottom of the car, it starts rusting it. So you don't want that. Plastic lid, even if you don't have anything, just put a cloth over it to keep the dust away from it. All right, now so as you're taking charge in your body, and your body starts healing itself because you're doing your own research, don't forget to thank the Lord for the healing. All right, it switched over to MSM. I'll make a hit on this. Let me see. Methyl sulfonomethane, something like that. Who cares what it's called? But it's great for the joints, the nails, the hair, and the skin. Women should love this. This is like a beautifier. You can read this on your own here. Just pause it. Let's keep on going. So MSM, first of all, I had some trouble finding these pictures because these are pictures of people who have taken MSM, but it's hard to prove it and not to prove it. All I can tell you in this picture, it was saying that this young lady here her hair was growing extra fast. I don't know that you can tell she has on her cell phone, she has different cases. So some time has passed by. Okay. And she even has different colored hairs, but this is the same lady. So it's supposed to help you with your nails grow faster and stronger, your skin better, and your hair longer. And you can see this person here has some kind of filling of hair. Now this lady here, apparently she must have been talking about these blotches here. And it doesn't make you whiter, okay? That's why I don't like some of these pictures. That was the best picture I can find. Obviously, it looks like it's been touched up or she had better lighting, but she looks like 2-3 shades lighter. Anyway, it's not a drug. It's organic form of sulfur and is a potent antioxidant. Antioxidants are very good. Don't forget, that's the kind of when you cut an apple up and you put a little bit of lemon on it, it stays white looking longer. If you don't put lemon on an apple you just cut, it's just going to get brown quickly. So it's known to have treat various things, problems with the body, such as arthritis, degenerative joint disease, muscle pain, skin problems, hair loss, autoimmune disorders, and athletic strains and sprains. Yes, I can experience that. I jog, or I've jogged a lot in my lifetime, especially the job I have. I have to jog. And I noticed that in 10 days, my pain went down to 50%. And then as I was taking it, it dropped down some more, maybe 75%. And then there was a plateau there where it was just supposed to be good for you. Okay, but I did experience this pain reduction myself. All right, which type of MSM to buy? All right, now commercially, even though it's one of the most, what am I calling it, a nutrient? I'm not sure, but it's one of the most abundant in the world. I think it's the third most out there. However, there's a lot of micro dosages that a lot of things have. So taking it out of objects would be very difficult and be very destructive. So what they do is they take pharmaceutical grade, and this means it's high quality, okay? DMSO, and this is incredible, and I will be talking about that in the future. And they also take pharmaceutical grade hydrogen peroxide. That's not the cheap stuff you buy in Walmart that costs like 70 cents. This stuff here is usually like 35% or something. And if you touch it, it hurts your skin, but you can dilute it. And this itself has a lot of benefits, which I'll try to talk about that in the future too. This stuff is endless. So we'll talk about that. But this is the one I buy. And basically it looks like salt, a little thicker, or like sugar. And you put it into water. And as you mix it, it'll dissolve into nothing. It'll disappear. Now there's another type. And I can't remember the name right now, but basically it looks like it comes like the type of this one comes in, it's like Yellowstone Park, and it comes in flakes. And I've tried this. I try to smash it with a pestle, and I drink it in the water. It doesn't dissolve that well. And after a while you drink it and you can still hear it crunching in your teeth. I don't like it. And you're not supposed to take a lot of it. I don't think you're supposed to take like even 3 days worth of it. I think it's supposed to have more beneficials in your skin than it does taking internally. Anyway, so down here it says organic sulfur, and it goes into your cells and into your membranes. And there's a way to do this also, which you might want to research this yourself, where you dilute it, where it goes into your eyes. You do put drops into your eyes, and it goes into the membranes in your eyes, and it's supposed to help the little floaters you have back there. Floaters are like if you look into a clear sky, you see things moving around, those are floaters, okay? And I've had that since I was, I don't know, 6, 7 years old. So I have to remember that one day I'll do that myself. Also, don't take the one that's powdery and pills. Once you keep breaking down the process, it reduces the the benefits that it's supposed to give you. So the one I recommend is this one. I buy mine at eBay, and I'm not getting any benefits from saying that. I buy it somewhere between $18 and maybe 20 something dollars for about 2 pounds, I think. Please don't buy from China. You don't know what they're putting in there. All right, other benefits of MSM. I understand it also helps with parasites. I've learned that in this research. I forgot about that. I've forgotten about that. And it also has benefits against the big C. I'm not talking about vitamin C. I'm talking about the sickness. I gotta be careful how I say that. So, reduces pain, great antioxidant. It does detoxing. So you'll hear reports like, oh, this might make you feel horrible. Yes, because you're detoxing. When you're detoxing, you're taking all that stuff out of your body, and it's getting out there, and it's basically like angry. It's like I'm doing damage as I get out your body. So that's what you're feeling. That's what you're noticing. And blood sugar and soreness and cramps. And women, beautification. Yes, skin, joints, hair. Try it. And there's ways you can do this where you apply it to your skin. You have to research that yourself. So there's a what do you call that? A disadvantage that I found in doing this. I kept making it stronger because it's better. You know, guys think more, stronger, better. Well, I kept making it stronger, and I noticed that it gave me a lot of gas. So back off on that amount. And also, what I understand, if you take it with vitamin C, it helps it work better. Now, this sulfur you don't want. Okay, there's two choices out there. Except Jesus, he paid for your sins and you rule with him. That's the smart choice. Or try paying it for yourself, the sins that we've done, and it's going to take forever to pay for yourself, if you know what I mean. It's not a good choice. That's this one right here. This sulfur you don't want. And I say that because I care. Okay, I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just saying that's the most important thing. Is better than having the money, than having the health. This is the most important thing in our lives. So if you find this to be beneficial and valuable information, please subscribe. We hit 50. Thank you guys out there. We hit 50, and hopefully it'll grow a lot larger. Thumbs up, subscribe, pass it along to your friends, and put a good comment. Tell me if things are working for you, and let us know, because I'll share with other people, okay? And this is the Bible Ranger, keeping the Bible simple, yet rich in content. And I can't wait to get to the Bible. These topics are endless. I'm getting aggravated. I want to get into the Bible. Okay, bye.